So it's happening. Guess what? It's happened. Kids today, I've got one, he knows a lot more about some sorts of internet stuff than most of the people in my family. Whatever business you're in, you need to realise that this is happening right now to you. It's only been 10 years since this thing called the internet really came along. How these kids fundamentally behave is different to you. This digital revolution is about your business being here in 5 years' time. You have to start today. You can't just have a website anymore. You need to go beyond that. It's not a marketing conversation. I was at a meeting the other day and they asked a question of everybody, what difference has the internet made to you? They went round the table and we all gave great answers, and it got to the end of the table and there was a French girl there and she said, I don't know what you mean. Very French style, was being a little bit difficult perhaps, but the point was right. She was like 21. She did not know the world without the internet. You need to get your head around that. The internet today is thousands of people interconnected, shared interests, mutual gains, connections. This is Glastonbury. There's lots of different stuff happening there, but there's a community of people there all at once. And they're all talking, sharing. It's what goes on in that ecosystem over a weekend that has it thrive and succeed and buzz. What can you do in your business to put yourself inside the right community so that you will thrive, succeed, so that you'll be buzzing, so that people will be talking about you? So here's a good check-in for yourselves. I love this. Some businesses don't let their staff go on the internet whilst they're at work. Some businesses block Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn or any other site that they deem bad. The only thing bad about it is that you haven't worked out a way to harness these things effectively, or you haven't put a policy in place that's going to stop these people abusing it. What do you think happened when phones were introduced? Oh, there's no way we could give everyone a phone. They'll be spending hours on it. Does that happen? No. Everyone's got a phone on their desk. Do you sit there with your feet up on the desk talking to your mum all day? You don't. You need to think about this sensibly. Rather than taking draconian measures to stop it, what could you do to capitalise on it? If you're coming here today looking for me to talk about some sort of grandiose thing about what this revolution was, what this revolution could be, that's not it. It's happening to us all today. Your website analytics, how many people look at them? This kind of information is vital to the success of your business. Advertising in the same magazines. Well, here's something really practical for you. Still using the same mobile phone you had 5 years ago. It's all right, I only use it for phone calls and text. We're business people. You need to get with the program because your customers are moving ahead quicker than you, which means that your competitors, a young upstart, could move ahead of you very quickly and easily. Social media, this new buzz term at the moment, what people don't really realise is that social media is a massive, massive search engine, a real-time search engine. If you want to find out what your customers think, you can just go on the internet and listen. At the end of this presentation, I've got a list of tools. One of them is socialmention.com. Now, there's lots of premium social media monitoring tools, but Social Mention is a Google, but for social media. Put your business name in there, put your product name in there, put your competitor's name in there. See what people are talking about on Twitter, talking about on Facebook, talking about on forums, on their blogs. You think they're not? They are. Whatever your business is, there is competitive advantages that you can gain by monitoring social media. And guess what? Your website is no longer enough. I don't mean to upset anybody that's just spent 50 grand on a website or something. A, it doesn't need to cost you that much, but B, it's not enough. I'll show you this slide first. Mark Zuckerberg, he runs Facebook. Great movie, by the way, if you haven't seen it. I just saw it, loved it. Communities already exist. Think about how you can help that community do what it wants to do. Translation, no one needs to come to your website. It's not enough. Take yourself to those communities, be of value to them first. This is the revolution. It's no longer enough to sit in your office and think you know what your customers need. You can find out what they need. You can find out what they think of you. You can find out why they don't like your competitors. It's an opportunity to create massively memorable experiences. My experience of the UK is that customer service is rubbish. The customer experience is poor. How many companies are taking the opportunity to create really memorable experiences? The reach is exciting because now we can target very small niches. Think about what your business does. Think about who your customers are. The revolution is the ability to find them and talk to them about what you do. I take the conversation to businesses and I say to them, it's not just a marketing conversation. It's not for you, Mr. Managing Director, to take hold of and be responsible for. It's about creating brand champions from within inside your company. Having those people understand and appreciate their skills and having them realise that there's value to them sharing that outside of your company. The senior manager that sat at his desk for the last 25 years and is thoroughly resigned and goes home miserable every day is of very little value to you. You might as well fire him. What would save you money and save him a lot of upset at home, though, is to get him re-excited about his job. It does save money. These tools are free. You're not going to go and put it in a magazine that goes on the shelves and goes off the shelves a week later. But don't just think this is marketing budget. The conversation is about research and development. It's about customer services. Here's the crux of it. Your website sits in the middle. All this stuff, the digital revolution, operates around your website. Mobile's not on there. Mobile should be on there. Offline networking, that should be on there as well. The search engines love all this stuff as well. If you're not creating fresh content on your site, Google thinks your site's rubbish. So for those of you who don't have fresh content on your site, you need to do something about them. If any of you are sitting here and have never used the mobile internet, use it. You need to understand the power of having this in your pocket. If you haven't downloaded an app on your phone, do it. If you can't download an app on your phone, go and get a new phone. Focus on adding value. This is a good one for you. Whenever you do anything, especially, here's a good one, if you're working on your next company email, send it to yourself, and before you read it, say, so what? So what? I guarantee most of you, when you get to the end of your latest monthly newsletter and ask yourself the question, so what, you won't really have much of an answer. So what? Why do I want to buy your stuff this month if I didn't last month? Did you even look on the results and see that I didn't click it? Go away, leave me alone. For those of you who are scared about this whole subject, it's really simple. Implement a social media policy. You can watch every single thing your staff do on the internet. If they don't know that, tell them. Then tell them you'll fire them if they don't follow the social media policy. Then tell them you're running a training session about how we're going to use social media to really turn this business into a world leader. I guarantee not only will they be excited, but they'll go home and tell someone about it, and that is it happening. That's the digital revolution happening. People talking about your business in an excited manner. And finally, of course, data. Everyone's like, what's the ROI? Is this going to be expensive? Just look at the data. Look at your site traffic. Has it gone up? Look how many clicks you got off a tweet. Was it good? Was it bad? Change the tweet. Facebook page. Had my number of likes gone up? Good. Are people talking on my wall? Yes. Good. You're doing a good job. No, you're not doing a job. Good job. Change it. And the list of tools I talked about. These are all, let me just check. They're free. Camtasia is a piece of software, but the rest of these services are free. They are free and will transform your business. You can download this whole presentation off of my LinkedIn profile page. Just search for Johnnie Jensen on LinkedIn or Johnnie Jensen on Twitter, or take my card at the end of this.